Rand as well. You will get that graph and they will say to you, work out the variable cost, the fixed cost, the total revenue, the marginal income, the net profit, the gross profit, and stuff like that. So let's jump right into it. The first one that you need to get, and this is the easiest one to get, is the fixed cost. And fixed cost, if you don't know what fixed cost is, fixed cost means the cost does not change depending on the number of units that we produce. Which means it is easy to identify the fixed cost because it will be a straight line. There we go, that's the fixed cost. And all you do is you look at the y-axis and you read off the number, and in this case your fixed cost will be 15,000. And that's the formula for your fixed cost. Fixed cost equals 15,000 Rand. Okay, that's fixed cost. The next one, which is not too difficult, is the variable cost. Now, the variable cost, they will give you the amount, the name of the lines, but basically what variable cost means is the cost is dependent on the number of units that is being produced. So if we produce 0 units, then the cost will be 0. So we need to get a line that starts from the origin 0. We, in this case, have 2 lines that starts from the origin 0. Okay, so we know it's either going to be this line, or it's either going to be this line, or it's going to be this line. Okay, can you see on there's a line that starts from 15,000 as well. This line. The variable cost line will always be a parallel line to that one, and it will be below that one. Parallel means 2 lines is running in the same direction, equal length, equal space between them, everywhere on the 2 lines. So can you see that this line's parallel line is this one? Therefore, this one, even if they didn't give me the name, is the variable cost. Its origin is 0. It runs parallel to the total cost. Total cost has an origin of 15,000. So how do I get my variable cost formula? I look for a point on the formula where, well, I can basically use any point on the formula, but according to this graph, I'm going to use a point on the formula where if I draw a line to the y-axis from that point, and from that point to the x-axis, I can see that it is 15,000 Rand for 100 units. For that matter, I could have gone and taken another point, which is that point, and I could have seen it's 30,000 Rand. It's 50,000 Rand for 200 units. I can also take in that point, and I can see 45,000 Rand for 300 units. Okay, so basically what this means is my variable, I put my rands at the top. Let's use the 30,000. Divided by the number of units at that amount. There's the 30,000 connected to the line. Take it downwards, it's 200 units. And I get to an amount of 1,500 Rand. Therefore, my variable cost is 1,500 Q. Why do I put Q? Because Q is the number of units that I have to multiply that variable cost by to get my total amount. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be 30,000 equals 1,500 times 200. Are you with me? Are you guys with me? Can you guys hear me? Yep. Okay, and you with me? Okay, cool. So that's my variable cost. Next one is my total cost. Total cost. Total cost is simply fixed cost plus variable cost. I don't have to go and calculate it again. I know my fixed cost is 15,000. I know my variable cost is 1,500 Q. So total cost equals 15,000 plus 1,500 Q. Okay. Next one I need to get is my total revenue. My total revenue, now I go to my total revenue line. My total revenue line is also with a point with its origin 0. And they've given me the number, but in this case, it is this line. Okay, now I also read it off just the way I calculated my variable cost. Let's go for that point. We've got 60,000 that way. And we've got 200 units that way. So we take 60,000 divided by 200. That gives me 3,000. Okay. Great. I could have also said over there, 75,000 divided by 250. 75,000 divided by 250 would also have given me 3,000. So my total revenue equals 3,000 Q. Then we go to marginal income. Marginal income means with how much will my income increase if I sell one extra unit? With how much will my income increase if I sell one extra unit? Marginal income equals total revenue minus variable cost. Again, I don't have to go and work anything out. I can read it off. Total revenue is 3,000 Q. Variable cost is, I think it was 1,500 Q. So my marginal income would be 1,500 Q. Okay. Guys, can you see how I'm reading this all from the graph? And I'm simply going and I am now filling in the unknowns. Next one they ask is they want the net profit. And for this, you need to know how net profit works. Net profit equals total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is 3,000 Q. Total cost was 15,000 plus 1,500 Q. Let's check that. 3,000 Q, there, 15,000 plus 1,500 Q. Gives me 3,000 Q minus 3,000 Q. Now remember, guys, what's important here is that bracket. That bracket is important. Okay. Which means it is 3,000 Q minus 15,000 minus 1,500 Q minus times the plus is a minus, which now gives me 1,500 Q minus 15,000. Guys, are you with me? I know it's getting late in the morning, actually afternoon now. Are you guys still with me? Are you guys still awake? Not bored yet?
Yes, yeah, with you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, cool. Next up. So there we've got all the calculations that we need to do. There fixed cost, total cost, total revenue, marginal income, net profit, gross profit is the same as marginal income. Okay. This is a question that they love. They tell you, Salem retailers purchased 320 pairs of trousers from bedroom manufacturers. Bedroom manufacturers made a gross profit of 40,320. So that's the actual gross profit. Then they asked, what was the percentage discount granted to Salem retailers? So what they want to know is, they want to know, obviously, Salem retailers got a discount. They want to know what percentage was that discount. So what you have to do is you have to compare the actual gross profit with what they should have got. Okay. So if we need to calculate what they should have got, we need to work out they should have got the gross profit, which is, according to my formulas, 1,500 Q. See that? Marginal income or gross profit, 1,500 Q. So there we go. Suppose 1,500 times 320. That gives me 1,500 times 320 equals 480,000. Okay. How much did they actually get? Now let's change this amount a bit. It's wrong here. Let's say they got 472,000. That one would be 472,000. Okay. Then we say what would now be the discount? The discount would be the 480 minus 472,000, which gives me 8,000. So the discount is now the 480 minus the 472. Gives me 8,000. And now they want you to calculate the 8,000 as a percentage, but as a percentage of what? And the answer here is we want to get the gross profit, the discount percentage, and the percentage is now the discount divided by the sales order revenue. And the sales order revenue is 3,000 times 320, and that is 960,000. So they got a percentage of 8,000 divided by 960,000, And that gives me 8,000 divided by 960,000 equals 0,008%. 0, multiplied by 100, 0,8%. Okay, 8,000 divided by 960,000 is 0,008. You multiply it by 100 to get to a percentage. You get to a discount of 0,8%. So this guy's got a discount of 0,8%. Okay. Great. What's next? Questions and answers. Anyone questions and answers? Now is the time. Now is the time. Because that one went fast. So guys, I'm not hearing anything from you. Maybe we should do another poll. Before we do the last session, we do that last poll.
There's 3 polls remaining.
Yeah, run the poll. Guys, we're going to finish off with the calculations. We're going to finish off with the formulas. But first of all, I just want you guys to answer that stuff.
Gerald says he can't hear you. Talk. Sophie, there's a question, man.
Okay, at least I see there's not guys that's not confident about the exam anymore. More guys that's a little bit more confident. We will obviously take a look at all these
Sophie, do you have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, how did we get to 960,000, the one that we divided by 8,000?
You multiply it's a sales. So you take the 3,000 Q, which is the total revenue. So you take the 3,000 and you multiply it by the 320 units that they buy.
Oh.
Okay, so you go here. There's the total revenue. It's 3,000 Q. You take 3,000 and then you multiply it by the 320 units that they buy, and that is 960,000. There is the 320 units that they buy. You see there at the top.
Yes, yes. Okay.
That's your total revenue. It's the 320 pairs of trousers times 3,000 rand. Terribly whacked out situation. This, I don't know where you go to buy a pair of trousers for 3,000 rand, but I don't know, maybe.
Is that understood, Sophie?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Any other questions, anyone?
Okay, we've got a lot of people that's likely to recommend this to a friend. Okay, cool. I'm glad that you guys are feeling more confident maybe about your exams.
Hello, I've got a question.
You can go ahead, Gerald.
Okay, are you able to go back on the?
Gerald, are you perhaps able to speak up? We can barely you're barely audible at the moment.
Are you able to hear me?
A little bit better.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, let's try. You can go ahead. We're listening, Gerald.
Okay. Are you able to go back and explain on total revenue cost. I just didn't understand when you were elaborating how to get to total revenue cost. How you come up with total revenue cost?
Total revenue cost, the calculation.
Yes, I lost it there because
Okay, we can go back to total
Yeah.
revenue.
Going back.
Total revenue is, if we look at this cost model here, you see the thing that the cost model is in front of you. So for any of these lines, the way to get that amount is to take any point on the line and to connect it straight like that to the y-axis
yes,
over there, and connect it straight down like that to the x-axis. And then you take the amount on the y-axis, which is the 60,000, which you just connected, and you divide it by the number on the y-axis, in this case is 200, and then 60,000 divided by 200 is 3,000.
okay.
No, it's not 3,000, it's 300.
300.
Okay, guys, it's 300. Maybe I'm getting tired.
You understand that, Gerald?
Everyone, the answer's not 3,000 and
Do you understand that, Gerald?
Yes, I do understand. I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, Werner.
okay, guys. So in all of this, the answer's not 3,000. Where I said 3,000 is 300, and where I said 1,500, it's 150.
Okay.
Suspend.
Please don't kill me for that. Where I said 3,000 is 300, and where I said 1,500, it's 150. Please, 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 never just take your lecturer's word for anything. Check the calculations for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, I promise everything is right except for that one mistake I made now. Okay, kind of a big mistake, but never mind.
Suspend, do you have a question? I'm sure his mic's still working. Is there something in chat, then? Suspend, you need to unmute if you want to ask a question or perhaps put it in the chat. Yeah, you can go ahead. We're not able to hear you at the moment, though. Yo. Suspend, can you hear us? I see you are unmuted, but we're not able to hear you.
Okay. There we go. Guys, it looks like there's a little bit of a technical thing here. I can unfortunately not stay still for too long on this. So I'm going to move on to our last topic for the day. And then I'm going to release you and you're going to have a good weekend and everything. But let's look at the last topic for the day. The last topic for the day is working with formulas. And as you can see in front of you, that is a formula. And that is a formula where it basically says to you, something plus 2 equals 5. And my aim in the world now is to find out what that something is. Now, how do I find out what that something is? If I've got that something plus 2 equals 5, how do I know what that something is? Well, first of all, before we do that, can you guys tell me what that something is?
Just 1 second. Seems to be a lot of echo. Mute all.
Okay, Gerald, thank you.
I think
So we know what that something is. Okay, you said it is 5 minus 2. Okay, great. So x equals, no, now we've got to go back. X equals 5 minus 2. So that is easy to understand, but I want you to get the principle here. The principle is we wanted to get the x alone on the one side, which means we basically said x plus 2 minus 2 equals 5 minus 2. Remember what I said earlier about multiplying by 1 for a fraction to still be the same? In terms of the equation, if you do something on the one side and you do the same on the other side, the equation is still true. And that's how we got to 5 minus 2. X plus 2 minus 2 is 5 minus 2, x equals 3. That's the one way of remembering it. The other way of remembering it is you can simply say, well, I've got x plus 2. I don't want the 2 over here on the left-hand side. So I take it to the right-hand side. But there's a rule. Once that x with a plus crosses the equal sign, the plus changes to a minus. The plus changes to the opposite sign. Remember I said plus and minus is opposites? So the plus changes to a minus. So that's one way of remembering it. The first way of remembering it is you do what you do on the one side, you do on the other side. The other way of remembering it is simply take what you don't want on the left-hand side, take that to the right-hand side one by one, and every time you take something over the equal sign, it changes its sign. If it's a plus, it becomes a minus. If it's a divide, it becomes a multiply, and vice versa. Okay. So let's look at this one. 2y equals 10. 2y equals 10. How much is y? What is the answer for y? Two times something equals 10. 2y equals 10. Okay, you say y is 5. How did you get to 5? Ten divided by 2. Yes, I don't like the 2 on the left-hand side, so I simply divide by 2. What I do on the one side, I need to do on the other side. Y equals 5. Okay. Great. Next one. 3 divided by z equals 2. Can anyone tell me what z is? Follow the principles. Don't try and see if this is tricky and this is difficult. Just follow the principles. Try to get z alone on the one side. Remember, with equations, we don't like to work with fractions. So what am I going to do here? I've got 3 over z equals 2. I don't want 3 over z. So let's say 3 over z multiplied by z equals 2 multiplied by z. That z cancels out. Now we have 3 equals 2z. That's a z, not a 2. And then we divide by 2. We divide by 2. So z is 3 over 2. Are you with me, guys? I'm going to do that one again. I'm going to do that one again. My aim is to get Z on its own. My aim is to get Z on its own. At the moment, Z is at the bottom. I do not like Z at the bottom. I need to take Z to the top somewhere. The only way to do this is to say 3 over Z multiplied by Z over 1 equals 2 multiplied by Z over 1. It becomes 3Z over Z, so the 2 Z's cancel out. So it becomes 3, and this one becomes 2Z. And now I don't like the 2 with the Z, I want Z alone. So what do? I divide by 2. Divide by 2. So Z becomes 3 over 2. Everyone with me on that one? Everyone is dead quiet. Are you guys still alive? Are you still out there? Okay, cool. Next one. Multiple unknowns. Multiple unknowns. X plus 2 equals 5y. X plus 2 equals 5y. Solve X. I don't like the 2. So take it across. It changes its sign. X equals 5y minus 2. You don't have to go any further than that because they did not give you an X or a Y. So X equals 5y minus 2. That's your final answer. Okay. If they wanted you to solve Y, then I don't like Y divide with the Y. So I say X plus 2 equals 5y, divide by 5 on both sides, and y becomes x plus 2 over 5. Remember, it is not x over 5 plus 2, it is not x plus 2 over 5, it is the complete left-hand side that has been being divided by 5. Okay. Guys, I don't know why you have an echo. Yeah, this one doesn't have sound. There's no mic on this one, so
I fixed the echo. It's fixed.
no, I don't know. Is it fixed?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So there you go. That's that one. Multiple unknowns. This one. Okay, let's see what we can do here. They will tell you, make X the subject of the formula, or make Y the subject of the formula. That is the one you single out, or they will say, solve X, or solve Y. If the question tells you solve X, it means you need to isolate X. Okay, like this one. See if you can figure this one out. Solve Y. In this case, solve Y. So I'm going to do this for the purpose of time. I'm going to do this for you. 2y plus 3. The first thing I do is I do the calculations. Equals z times 40. 10 times 4 is 40. So 2y plus 3 equals 40z. If there's nothing between the 40 and the z, it is a multiply. And we write 40z, we write the number before the alphabet letter, not z40. Okay. They want y alone. So we say 2y equals 40z minus 3. I just took the 3 across. Okay. And then we say y equals 40z minus 3 divided by 2. And that's your answer. Y equals 40z minus 3 divided by 2. You don't have to go any further. That is your answer. Okay. You guys with me? Great. I think this is the last one for the day. Peter, Kwasi, and Nadima share in the profits of their partnership. Nadima gets 3 times as much as Peter, who gets half as much as Kwasi. How much of the profit does Peter get if the total profit is 7,500? They want you to construct a formula. So the first thing you need to know from the formula is who of these people get 1 part? Can you guys figure out there quickly by yourselves who in this formula gets 1 part? Think maybe we can run a poll again. We just run the poll. Is it Peter, is it Kwasi, or is it Nadima? Who of these 3 people gets 1 part? Or who in this formula would I say is X? Peter, Kwasi, or Nadima? Peter, Kwasi, or Nadima? Anyone else? Would it be Peter, Kwasi, or Nadima? Karen, read it again, please. Guys, I'm going to explain to you now, but please read it carefully and think about it. Nadima gets 3 times as much as Peter. So Nadima gets 3 times what Peter gets. But Peter gets half that Kwasi gets. So who gets 1 part? Kwasi. Peter gets half of Kwasi and Nadima gets 2 times Peter, but Kwasi gets a specific amount. So we have to base the formula as Kwasi as X. Okay, are you with me? You always look at who gets the least or who gets 1 part, and that's Kwasi. So Kwasi gets X, Peter gets half X, and Nadima gets 3 times half X. You understand that? Kwasi gets X, 3 times gets half X, and Nadima gets 3 times half X. So Kwasi gets X, Peter gets half of what Kwasi gets, and Nadima gets 3 times what Peter gets. So now I put this into a formula. And I say, okay, Peter we said is half X, Kwasi is X, and Nadima is 3 times half X. So put this into a formula. Half X plus X plus 3 times half X equals 7,500. Half X is, this is x over 2, half x is x over 2, plus x, plus 3 times a half is 1.5, or 3 over 5 over 2, x equals 7,500. What do we have there? What do we have here? This side. Isn't that addition sum? Fractions addition. Fractions addition. X over 2 plus x over 1 plus 5x over 2. What's the common denominator? It's 2. X plus 2x plus 5x. 2 plus 5, 7, plus 1 is 8. So we've got 8x divided by 2 equals 7,500. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 4x equals 7,500. And now you can solve x. Are you guys with me? Okay, so 4x equals 7,500. So what is x? 7,500 divided by 4 equals x is 1,875. So if x is 1,875, x is 1,875. How much is Peter, who gets half x? That means half x equals 1,875 divided by 2 equals 937 Rand and 50 cents. Guys, are you with me? 10 to 1. 10 to 1. What is happening now? Questions and answers. Questions and answers. Guys, this is a questions and answers. I'm done for the day. If you are happy, then you are welcome to leave. Go and have a snack. Go and have a drink. If you have a question for me, you are more than welcome to ask it now. I will answer your questions. If you want to send me an email during the week, you're more than welcome to do that. But this is final question and answers for the day, and then we are going to say good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
good night,
And good night.
good something. I don't know, good something. Guys, I really hope you guys are feeling more confident about the exams that is coming up. Those of you that's writing in October, I haven't heard a lot from you today yet, so I don't know if you guys were just happy and understood everything. I don't know if there's guys out there that didn't understand everything. Final question and answers. If you were here and you heard my voice for the first time today, great stuff. I'm glad you could join us. If you know me and you've heard me 100 million times before, thank you for joining us. If you're writing exams in October, best of luck to you. If you're only writing in November, December, February, or even after that, best of luck to you as well. And good luck with your studies. Yeah. Guys, I really hope you take something away from today. I really do hope you didn't feel like you wasted your morning. And I have to thank you that you did take time out of your morning. From all of us here, you must have a great weekend further. I will take some questions now, and then at 1 o'clock we will say goodbye and good night.
I think Gerald, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit better.
It's just a simple question. How do you explain if someone is to ask me what is total revenue cost? How would I explain that to him?
Total revenue cost explanation.
Total revenue. We still have to go back to total revenue. We are more than welcome to go back to total revenue. Do you want to know how to get to total revenue or how I got to the 960,000?
In fact, I just want to know if you had to come to me and say, may you please explain what is total revenue cost? How would I respond to you?
Definition of total revenue is a selling price per unit times number of units sold.
Selling price per unit.
Selling price per unit. So if I am a shop owner.
Sorry, Gerald?
Yes. Yes, I'm there.
You were saying?
Okay, I'm saying go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm a shop owner and I've got a can of Coke and I bought it for R5 and I want to sell it for R11. The R11 is my selling price per unit. The cost price per unit is the R5 and the number of units is 1 because I only have 1 can of Coke.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, cool. That all you wanted to know? Anything else?
Okay, the last thing was the final part, the discount on the cost module, the discount on the cost module.
What about it, Gerald?
Okay, I want to know how you got to, because I lost connection. I don't know how you got to that 8,000.
Oh, the 8,000 is the, yeah, at this stage I said that is the amount of the gross profit that you did make versus the gross profit that you should have made. But what I actually want to do here is I want to do this thing, just quickly do it again. Just go over this thing again. Okay, cool. So remember I said the selling price was 300.
Yes.
300Q. The marginal income was 150Q.
Okay.
Okay. So my gross profit is 150Q. So the gross profit that I should have got is 150Q, which is 150 times 320 equals 150 times 320 equals 48,000. Okay. Are you with me? The gross profit that I did get was 40,320.
Okay.
Now I work out the difference between those two. 48,000 minus 40,320. That gives me 7,680. Are you with me?
There.
You with me? And then
Yes,
I
I'm
say 7,680 divided by the total selling price, which is 300 times 320. So it's 7,680 divided by 300 times 320 equals 96,000 times 100 equals 7,680 divided by 96,000 times 100 equals 8%. So the discount that I got was 8%. Are you with me now? Okay, great guys. If there's no one else, great stuff. So just make sure that you remember this last question. There I did the correct answer for you now. Just make sure what I did there is I worked out the selling price is 3,000 Q. It shouldn't be 3,000 Q. It should be 300 Q. And I worked out the marginal income and the variable cost as 1,500 Q. It shouldn't be 1,500. It should be 150. Anyway, guys, it has been great having you. You must have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week ahead. And you are always more than welcome to send us a compliment or a request or whatever you want to do. Send us, say it was great, it wasn't great, you feel more confident, you thought it was a little bit shitty. I don't think I'm supposed to say that. But anyway, guys, you are more than welcome to leave compliments, complaints, suggestions, all of those sort of things. I am going to plan my next boot camp, which will be next month, and I need to know from you guys what is the need out there. Because if I can serve you guys, I need to know what you need. So please get in contact with me. My door is always open via support@college.optimi.co.za. I know Sam's door here is always open at that same email address. Get in contact with us and have a good weekend. Cheers.
Thank you.